glasses. Drop. Haunted.
Oh my god.
Ah, ghost hunters. When they're not gracing audiences with performances that would make a B-lister cringe.
Hi. What the guys? You! Shut up! You!
Or trying out the next piece of innovative paranormal equipment.
Could you set the one off on Mackie's side? I've got a whole backpack full of toys.
They're taking down small YouTube channels because most of them take themselves way, way too seriously. And the godfather of the modern ghost hunter is this guy, Zach Bagans, the figurehead of one of the most popular and longest-running ghost hunting shows on television.
There is a demon attached to Peggy.
Look, I know everyone has made fun of a Ghost Adventures video, but if I may sound like a hipster here, I was making fun of Zach Bagans in Ghost Adventures before making fun of Zach Bagans in Ghost Adventures was cool. Come on, I deserve a like just for getting that sentence out. Don't worry, I will do a video on Ghost Adventures because I am absolutely fascinated by Zach Bagans and his motley crew of replicants that are popping up all over YouTube like Hot Topic minions that won't stop multiplying. But while I navigate the very confusing world of copyright claims, I want to introduce you to a budding star in the ghost hunting shadows of YouTube.
Famous for the My Haunted project, has just released a series on Amazon Prime.
Oh right, how could I forget? You can also find him on Amazon. I'm talking, of course, about Danny Moss. And if there was ever a Walmart Zach Bagans, it is this guy. Right down to the long-ass intros dripping with self-promotion.
What's happening, everybody? It's Danny here from My Haunted Project, and tonight we are at My Haunted Hotel in Chester, what is now known as the world's most haunted hotel.
Danny is the host of My Haunted Hotel, which he co-founded with this guy, who is a career set designer.
We've got 3 My Haunted locations running in 2 separate continents.
Now this is the part of the video where I would normally say, spoiler, none of these locations are haunted. But when the Side-Eye guy, or Seg for short, essentially said this in one of his videos, he and Danny got into a bit of a, how do I put this?
Another one of you peeing races.
Ah, yes. And because I certainly don't have a horse in that race, I'll let you check out Seg's videos on his dispute with Danny and all the drama that ensued. I bring all of this up for a very important reason, and that has to do with copyright claims. If you're not familiar with YouTube's confusing world of copyright strikes, consider yourself very lucky. All you need to know for our purposes here is that because these paranormal-seeking prats can't seem to take a joke, they retaliate by making copyright claims on channels like Beardo Gets Scared, despite the fact that reaction videos are, well, just that, some bloke's reaction to them, and well within the definition of fair use. And because I think it's important to shine some light on this mind-boggling retaliation rampage some of these ghost hunting channels seem to be on, I'll say this in very plain English. Threatening someone's livelihood, especially when that livelihood supports a family, just because you can't take a little criticism, is morally reprehensible. And, in my humble opinion, a real dick move.
You wanna know what I think?
Also, if a silly little joke scares you, what are you doing hunting ghosts? Okay, in all seriousness, if one opinion about your work causes you to get your Fruit of the Looms in a wad... Wait, shouldn't there be a cornucopia there? That joke was for all my conspiracy theorists out there. You can't say my jokes are not inclusive, even if you say they're not funny. All right, all jokes aside, if you can't simply let someone have an opinion about your work, even if it's not glowing, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Maybe lighten up? Or maybe don't publish videos on a top streaming platform with viewers who are loaded with strong opinions. And lastly, on that note, please don't go making nasty comments on channels I react to, and while I'm thinking of it, please don't leave nasty comments on my channel. Or if you do, it better be funny. Now with all that out of the way, let's finally see what really happens inside My Haunted Hotel.
And it has evolved into one of the biggest and most unique paranormal shows and experiences on the planet.
The video we're watching today isn't a typical ghost hunting video. Today's video gives us a behind-the-scenes glimpse into the day-to-day operations at the first of the 4 My Haunted franchise locations. Oh, and in case Danny doesn't make it clear, it's 400 years old.
Featuring this incredible 400-year-old building.
Don't worry, he won't let you forget.
Many of the original beams still here from 400 years ago. And guys, I'm going to give you all an insight into what it's like to work inside what is now known as the world's most haunted hotel.
We're not even a full minute into Danny's video here, and already I have a problem. And it's another SOP of your typical ghost hunting show. Whatever they are investigating is always the most haunted location of its kind. And what are the guidelines for being dubbed as the most haunted hotel? Does every room have to be haunted? Do there have to be a certain number of sightings per year? Do the ghosts have to check out by noon? Each of these locations are fitted with cameras filming the guests 24/7 while one of the My Haunted employees sits and watches from a control room.
24-hour surveillance covering every single angle of genuinely paranormal buildings.
What was that, Danny?
Genuinely paranormal buildings.
Wait, one more time?
Genuinely paranormal buildings.
I'm not exactly sure what a genuinely paranormal building is, but what I think Danny's trying to say is that the creators of My Haunted Hotel are not setting up their guests with a fake paranormal experience. But remember that guy I mentioned at the start of the video? Yeah, he's a set designer. Danny even says that this is a show.
And it has evolved into one of the biggest and most unique paranormal shows.
So I'm not saying that the people behind the My Haunted project are faking experiences for their overnight guest, but the more Danny exclaims that this is genuinely the world's most haunted hotel, well,
Thinks the lady doth protest too much.
he also drills it into the viewers' heads that the guest will most likely not see anything paranormal during their stay. Either way, with 24 cameras in the building, you're not going to be sleeping or doing anything else there.
I'm talking about sex.
But our boy Danny here is going to tell us what we will be doing as guests.
We're going to show you everything that is involved. Guys, make sure you subscribe. Let's do this.
Jake, that reminds me.
Oh, hey there. Are you enjoying this video so far? Well, that means you're probably not subscribed, because I noticed that 93.4% of my viewers are still not subscribed. So I thought I would take a page from Danny's book and put a little self-promotion in here where normally the sponsorship would be, because as you might have noticed, I'm not sponsored. Not only am I not sponsored, but I'm also not monetized yet, which means I can't make any money from the ads that you watch. So I'm gonna be really honest here. I spend a ton of hours editing these videos. In fact, I'm not sure if I should be proud or ashamed of the amount of hours I've spent so far on this video, and it's not even done yet. And as you'll notice, I'm not even using the microphone because, well, to be honest, I'm about to blow the CPU on my computer, and I desperately need an upgrade. So if you could do a small channel a solid, especially if you're enjoying this content, or even if I made you laugh once, hit that subscribe button and like button. And now, let's get back to Danny Boy.
We've got 3 My Haunted locations running in 2 separate continents on the same night. Absolutely insane.
No, I don't think that's actually what's insane here. But anyway, moving on. Danny explains what the guests can expect in their overnight stay at the hotel, other than being filmed at all times, as well as what type of guests they can expect at their haunted locations. And apparently, they get a lot of noobs.
We never know what type of guests we're going to get here. They might be first-timers. They might be coming because they think they're going to witness things flying around rooms and stuff like that.
My man doesn't even attempt to hide the eye roll here. Also, maybe the guests expect things flying around because you keep insisting that this is the world's most haunted hotel. Anyway, Danny then tells us what's inside the gearboxes each guest will receive, and this is one of the many moments in the video when Danny attempts to convince his viewers that he is above all the paranormal riffraff, and he conducts only the most professional paranormal investigations.
Very basic stuff, things like EMF detectors. I don't hold much credence in them.
Oh, right, because you're so scientific.
The most valuable piece of equipment in here, radios.
He is not wrong about that. Now that we have an idea who's going to be there and what they'll get, let's check out the control room.
Guys, this is the My Haunted Hotel control room. Now, all of the My Haunted locations have control rooms.
Is each control room equipped with a full bar?
And here in the control room, I have eyes on everything. And this is where everything takes place. It's where I can keep my eye on every single camera in this building.
Basically, I'm going to get legless while I'm sat here watching, I guess, like a creep with nobody being any the wiser.
I can debunk what they are witnessing.
I'll save you Danny the debunker's long-ass explanation of how this all works, but basically, anytime a guest hears or sees something strange, they radio Danny in the control room, giving him an opportunity to use his very scientific way of saying, nothing happened. We actually get a full demonstration after this nothing happened.
Whoa, what the hell is that noise? Did you not hear that? That chain's moving! That freaking chain's moving, Ian!
Basically, some of the guests thought that they saw a chain move on its own, and the chain is attached to a display case with a haunted doll inside of it. Excuse me, supposedly haunted doll. Do not even get me started on the haunted dolls. And our boy Danny is trying to help them determine whether it is truly a paranormal event or, well, I'll just let Danny show you his very scientific debunking method here.
Okay, roommate, I have checked back the footage again. So what happens is the guy walks out the room because he is trying to swap the radio, change the radio. As he walks out the room, the vibration causes the chain to start rattling, but I don't hear the bell on my camera sound at all. Now, if the bell has gone off, I would probably say it's because the chain has knocked it. But as he walks out the room, the chain moves at the exact same time, and it is being caused by the footsteps and the vibration of him walking out the room.
I'm sorry, we didn't catch that. Could you repeat all that?
Most of the time, guys, nothing happens here, but we do have 24 cameras rolling 24/7 just in case.
You have forgotten, but honest to God, I don't know how, because I've said it like 20 times in this video.
But just in case you have forgotten, don't worry. Danny gives us an in-depth look at those 24 cameras.
This is the camera system here. It is connected to an NVR system down here, so we can immediately cut the footage and we can immediately play back and check what's happened and either confirm whether it is actually unexplained, which is very, very rare, or actually find the source for it and show them why it's happened.
Oh, okay. Well, then why don't you find the source of that noise we all heard just now? Wait. Let me do this like a real ghost hunter.
Which is very, very rare, or actually find the source for it, or actually.
I'm actually quite disappointed that Danny didn't debunk that noise, especially given their educational approach to ghost hunting.
We're all about educating people here at My Haunted Project. We believe in a very scientific and rational approach to our paranormal investigations.
You're not just telling us what we want to hear.
How about you educate your employees on equipment maintenance? Look at this rat's nest of cords. Wait, is that a milk crate? Have some respect, man.
And you will hear me in the briefing very shortly say to the guests, it's very rare that you actually witness paranormal activity. Now, we do this for a very, very key reason.
We simply cannot fake all of it all the time.
And we're going to take you upstairs and show you around where these guests will be investigating tonight.
Finally, we get a tour of the actual hotel before the guests arrive. And in true ghost hunter fashion, Danny breaks out the infrared camera.
This may be a building fitted with electricity now, but it still very much resembles what it would have been like 400 years ago.
Other than the 24 cameras filming our guests at all times, the control room loaded with electronics, and modern amenities like basic sanitation, this building is just like it was 400 years ago.
Danny takes us upstairs to the area where the guest will stay. This part of the tour is basically more self-promotion.
If you've not watched Series 1 of My Haunted Project, which is My Haunted Hotel, on Amazon Prime.
We get it!
But what I really want to know is, what's up with these sheets? Is this like some sort of paranormal guidance system installed to direct the ghost into the right rooms? Next, Danny gives us a treat by taking us into his favorite room.
Here is one of my favorite. And probably the best experience I've ever witnessed here was going back about 8 years ago now. And I heard the sound of children running across the corridor, something that is very, very apparent here all the time.
I'm sure it's got nothing to do with the fact that it's a hotel and people stay here with their children.
Here we are in room 2.
Oh, I didn't realize they had graffiti 400 years ago.
Now, this is one of the most active rooms in the hotel, and I'm going to tell you why.
Because it's all fake.
And we are now the world's most documented, ongoing paranormal investigation.
It might have something to do with the fact that we have cameras in every nook and cranny in the building, but I don't know.
The reason we are able to document so much is because we have 24 cameras covering every angle of this building 24 hours a day.
We get it.
A couple of years ago, in the middle of a summer's afternoon, we captured a black shadow figure mass walking down, and it evaporated into absolutely nothing when the whole building was empty. It was one of the best things I have ever seen, and to this day, it remains completely unexplained.
Bullshit.
This is a very special building. 400 years of history. Mysteries as well.
The only mystery here is who let him leave the barbers with that haircut. We finally made it to the end of this drag-ass tour, but not before our host reminds us for the third time, 15 minutes into the video, that My Haunted Hotel has 3 locations.
And My Haunted Hotel is the first of the My Haunted locations. There are now 3 in total.
We get it.
And in case you forgot, it's 400 years old. It seems that Danny really doesn't know how to end this segment of the video, so he just sort of trails off into yet another glimpse into what the guests can expect during their overnight stay at the most haunted 400-year-old hotel in England.
It's a very, very special place. And tonight, hopefully, our guests witness something unusual and unexplained. But if not...
Well, we'll just fake it.
Guys, I'm going to go and brief the guests now. Let's do it.
Hotel, 400-year-old building, and because you're all paranormal virgins, this briefing is going to...
This is probably my most favorite part of the video, because they're all in this empty room, and I don't know why this loud-ass music's playing, because you can barely hear what Danny's saying, hence the captions on the video. But the whole time I'm watching this, I'm just sitting there thinking, this room needs something else. I'm not sure why the staff member who interrupts them didn't take the opportunity to ask, "Shall I turn down the music?" But after Danny finishes yelling over the rave happening in the background, we finally get to see the investigation in real time. And true to Danny's word, absolutely nothing happens. Oh, except for our hero helping out the girls in room 6.
We've had absolutely no reports so far, apart from the girls in room 6 earlier asking about the K2 meter, the EMF, and I was basically explaining how the radio can interfere with it and how mobile phones can interfere with it, so make sure you put your phone on flight mode.
And I'm sure they really appreciated it, Danny. What a nice guy you are.
So yeah, I'll be back when something interesting happens.
Spoiler, nothing interesting happens, unless you count finding out how the guest heard about the hotel.
It's part of my job to ask everybody how they knew about the hotel. So these guys and these guys both saw it on TikTok, and these guys have seen it on YouTube.
And this little piggy went to market, and this little piggy went home, and, well, you know the rest of the story.
None of them have watched the Amazon show yet, which I would advise doing to anybody.
We get it.
But after a whole lot of nothing happens, we finally get to meet the people who paid money to stay here.
Amazing. And you said it, obviously it's your first time doing anything like this.
Yeah.
What's your experience of the whole thing so far?
This poor couple. This actually reminds me of getting stuck in the front row at a comedy show and the stand-up comedian has no idea how to do crowd work.
Mixed, yeah. Some rooms been very, very quiet, and then the nursery room, we've had a couple of experiences of knocking on doors and sort of proactive knocking from when we've asked it to knock a number of times, and we've heard quite quickly the knocks that we've requested.
What this gentleman is referring to is what the ghost hunters like to call an intelligent response, meaning you ask the ghost a question and then it responds by knocking on something or giving a tap. I don't know. It's all a load of bollocks if you ask me. But Danny didn't ask me. He asked the guest, though.
The stuff that you've witnessed tonight, have you been able to explain it? Have you been, what's your thoughts on it?
I don't think we can explain the knocking in the nursery.
Yeah, we didn't want to come in and find things rigged up, magnets and drawers and things like that. And obviously we've checked and there's nothing there.
Oh, really? Let me take a look. I'm not going to really talk about this couple. I honestly hope that they had a really good time at this hotel, but I would love to know which one of them had to say, "This is the last time you're picking Adventure Weekend." Well, congratulations. You finally made it to the end of Danny's video, but not before Danny provides a somewhat confusing explanation for all the paranormal activity they capture at the My Haunted Hotel locations. Basically, it's due to 24/7 surveillance.
When people go on paranormal investigations, they're sat in one room without a camera system monitoring every single angle of a building.
We get it!
The amount of stuff they'll miss is insane.
Okay, that makes sense. But remember when he said this?
Most of the time, guys, nothing happens here.
Oh, which is it, young feller?
You've just seen one night tonight, so a couple of really interesting moments have definitely happened.
Were we watching the same video? Anyway, Danny wraps up his 51-minute tour of the most haunted hotel in the world by addressing certain narratives about his place of business.
Some people may think that our locations are rigged with stuff. Absolutely not.
You expect me to believe that?
This control room here is just a very messy, simple room with a camera system that we can watch back stuff. There's no buttons, despite what certain narratives will be saying. There's certainly no buttons on here.
The lady doth protest too much.
And there's certainly no speakers in walls or anything like that.
And this neatly ties in with all that copyright business that I discussed at the beginning of my much shorter video. I'm going to speak openly here. First of all, you should go watch Danny's video, and I put the link in the description, along with the links to all the other videos that I mentioned. I'm also not going to get in the middle of the whole ghost hunter versus debunker battle that seems to be ramping up on YouTube right now. But I will say that I support Beardo and any of the other smaller channels that are targeted by these much larger channels. And in order to avoid that, I want to take a different approach. And that is to speak directly to Danny Moss. Not that Danny is watching my tiny channel, but if you are Danny, greetings from across the pond. Listen, I know the jokes in my video imply that you're faking everything that happens at the My Haunted locations. But that's just it. They are jokes, simply put there to make people laugh. And I don't know if you've been paying attention to what's happening over here across the pond, but people really need laughter right now, probably more than ever. And in case you didn't see my previous video, I truly believe that laughter is the best medicine for whatever ails you. So Danny, what do you say? Are you going to put on your big boy Fruit of the Looms and take my hilarious punches like a man? Or are you going to be a dick and restrict a tiny channel that hasn't even had an opportunity to earn money? I mean, feel free to roast me. In fact, take as many swings as you want at my British accent, because I know it needs work. It's terrible. Yeah. And lastly, since I know Danny isn't about to subscribe or like this video, how about at least 93.4% of you hit that subscribe button? Like this video if I made you laugh, and leave a comment below to let me know which ghost hunter you want me to roast next. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, stay unleashed.